Hi guys, my name's Nikita and today I'll be talking about what E for English is and why and how you can volunteer. So starting off with what the program's focus is. E for English is a tutoring program that I founded and it teaches fundamental concepts of English grammar and reading comprehension to students in first, second, and third grade. The purpose of the program is to help these students learn language skills so that they can then have a strong foundation for using for great written and verbal communication. So the primary focus of this program is English grammar, writing, and reading comprehension. But if you look more specifically, if you scroll down, you can see topics covered, and those are things like vocabulary, categorization skills, alphabetical order, sentences, parts of speech, punctuation, capitalization, conjugations and verb tenses, creative writing, and reading comprehension. The reason I created this program is because I strongly believe that there's always room for improvement. So I think if a student really wants to reinforce fundamentals or if they want to become more advanced in their studies, they should definitely have the resources to do that. And that's exactly why I created E for English. So all of this information can be found on the About tab on my website. If you want to learn more about volunteering, then you can go to the Volunteer tab. So as a volunteer, you will be helping a small group of students understand basic English concepts, particularly in grammar and mechanic skills. So the students in your group may range in age, grade level, and level of understanding, and you will typically have anywhere from 3 to 5 students in your group. Some volunteer requirements to keep in mind before you apply. So you must be 13 or older. You must have a passion for teaching, and you must be good with kids. You must have an A or a B or in all current English courses, and you must attend one volunteer training session. So all of these are pretty self-explanatory. As for the volunteer training, this is just a 30-minute session that I like to have before the classes start, where I instruct you on the formal aspects of the program, such as logistics, how I want you to respond to emails, etc., stuff like that. And this is, you only attend a volunteer training once you have been confirmed into the program. All right, volunteer responsibilities. So again, these are pretty self-explanatory. So some things you'll be doing is helping set up and clean up, obviously helping the students with the worksheets and answering any questions they may have. Of course, you must come to class prepared with the worksheets, so you will be responsible for printing out the worksheets for your respective students. So it's a good idea to come to class 10 to 15 minutes earlier um, because you can use the printer in the library, and generally there are other volunteers who print out their stuff, so it's good to come 10 to 15 minutes early in order to ensure that you will have enough time to print out all of your worksheets for your students. Of course, you must also be dedicated to the program and you must stay on task. When I say dedicated, I mean it's okay if you miss one class because you had an appointment or something else like that. But if you're missing more than one, if you're missing two or even three, that's an issue because the students really become attached to the teacher that they have, and it's really confusing for them um, when you're gone and when you're missing and stuff like that. So when I say committed, I want you to be, there's a minimum of missing one class and that's it. Um, I'm sorry, a maximum. When I say you stay on task, that means during class you're completely involved with what the student is doing. You answer all questions that the student has. You respond to any questions I may ask you. You respond to any parents' questions and stuff like that. And then you must attend any meetings. So when I say meetings, those are generally just debrief sessions I like to have after each class. And those are generally 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes we may not have them if there's nothing to really announce or debrief on. But I just like to get any feedback or any concerns, how you guys were feeling about the class and stuff like that. And you must update the student progress tracker. What this is it's an Excel spreadsheet that I make on Google Docs. So that's why it's important that you have a Gmail account, and if you don't have one, you make one. It's shared via Google Drive, as I said, and it's basically a place where you enter in the worksheets that your students have completed in order to track the progress that they've been making, and as well to um, understand how much time they've been spending on a certain concept, so you can maybe help them out with that particular concept. If you see that they've been doing the same worksheet for 2 classes, maybe try an alternate way of studying if they just don't understand that way. So those are all the things that you're responsible for. Of course, more responsibilities may come up as the program progresses, but you need to be responsible for these things especially, as I said. All right, how to become a volunteer. So this process is pretty self-explanatory. You fill out the E for English volunteer application, which if you click here will take you to this form. As I said, it's good if you have a Gmail account because all of the worksheets will be shared with you via a Gmail, via Google Docs. The form is pretty self-explanatory. You enter in your name, age, grade, your school, what location you'll be working at, your email, as I said, a Gmail account, your phone number, and then you'll be checking yes or no for these 3 questions. For the photo video release form, you can find that on the website right here at the end of the page. It says photo video release form. You click on that, it'll take you to a form like this. Over here, you'll enter your name here. You'll sign here, enter in your address, your phone number, and have a parent guardian signature if you are not over 18. And I'd like this on the volunteer training session. Do you agree to the volunteer requirements and responsibilities? Those are all the things I just talked to you about, and they can be found on the volunteer page. If you check no, you're not going to be allowed to volunteer because those are just basic things. Similarly with the photo video release form, although it says you must sign the form in order to be a volunteer, I understand if you don't want to be photographed or have your photos or videos on the website, but the only purpose I'm using them for is just to show people what the program is like and in order for them to have a more visual aspect of the program, but I understand if you don't want that. And will you be able to attend the volunteer training session? So this is really, really important. I understand if you have a prior commitment, I will be sending you other ways of informing yourself on how the program runs, but ideally, I'd like to have all volunteers or interested volunteers be able to make that date because it's easier for me to explain how the program works and other aspects of it when I'm there face to face with you. Of course, there are alternate methods of doing this, but it's just better if you are there as well. And then finally, you're going to write 3 to 5 sentences about why you're interested in volunteering with E for English. Skills you'll bring as a volunteer, and if you have any prior experience, so you would enter that all here. Please remember, I just want 3 to 5 sentences, not an entire essay. And this is just so I know maybe anything important about you, anything you'd like me to know. And then questions, comments, or concerns, again, pretty self-explanatory. Just let me know if you have any other information you would like me to know or if you want to know anything else about the program. If you have any questions, please ask them here. Finally, after you fill out that application, please remember that you are not automatically a volunteer after you fill out that application. You need to wait for a confirmation email from me. It'll be from this email right here. It'll either say you've been accepted into it, or if there's not enough space, or if you applied very late, you might not be accepted. So please, please, please make sure you receive a confirmation email before you show up to the volunteer training or before you show up to the first class, because there are a lot of people who apply for this, and I can't give it to everyone, otherwise there would be more volunteers than there would be students. After you get your confirmation email saying yes, you have been accepted, please bring the signed photo video release form to the volunteer training. It must be a hard copy because I just need a hard copy, and please bring that to the volunteer training. If you can't come to the volunteer training, please bring that to the first class of the program. And then register with the library at my volunteer page to get community service hours. So if you click that, it'll take you to this site right here. You either need to create a new username and password, etc. You need to create a new account if you haven't used this before. If you have used this before for something like TeensReach or any other library program, then you already know how it works and you can just use your same account. How to get library hours. So you're going to be regularly logging your hours onto my volunteer page. If you have any additional forms you need me to fill out, I'd love to do that, but it's your responsibility to let me know and to give me the forms directly. You can do that either through email, through face-to-face interaction when we're in class, or other means if possible. And yeah, so that's how this program works. Please let me know if you have any additional questions, and if you're interested, please be sure to apply. And I'd love to see all of you at E for English. Thank you. Bye.